Hey there, chatty kids, and welcome to the Chatter Café, the podcast about life stuff and Pokémon stuff, and, well, don't worry, we got it all ironed out. You'll just have to trust us. We are currently recording the Chatter Café podcast.
This is episode number 23 of Chatter Café podcast. As you just said, that wasn't the regular intro, but hello. We're back.
Switching things up.
Switch.
Things up.
They didn't do that this conference.
Did they not?
Switch, but they didn't do the...
Wait. I'm surprised that I didn't notice that, actually. Hold up. Oh, no, you're right, because I think I was watching it earlier, and I thought I could have swore I remember seeing that logo happen.
Well, yeah,
but,
the logo happens, but not...
Yeah.
I'm saying switch.
I think it happened in that, intro little music video. Huh, okay. Interesting. How are you? How you? Who dis?
New phone, who dis?
How dis?
I don't know, I'm just...
New Discord.
Walking around. Being here, being alive. Doing stuff, going to work.
Doing everything?
Doing a little bit of everything.
Doing nothing? Everything?
Got in contact with a few artists recently about the game that I'm making.
Oh, with the Dino something?
The Anonymous Dinosaur.
Anonymous Dinosaur, yeah.
Right. That name actually came from Google Docs.
What?
'Cause you know how Google Docs, when you're using, like, say nobody has an account for Google for some reason, and it'll just be, like, an anonymous animal.
Yeah.
One time, Anonymous Dinosaur happened to us, and we were like, that's probably like the least anonymous thing ever. An anonymous dinosaur.
Yeah. You just see, like, effing T-Rex, just...
So we just took our name from that.
Yeah. Okay. That's funny. Alright. So you're good?
Good.
Feeling good?
Doing good. Things are moving along.
Things are moving along. Alright. Alright, you just want to jump into it? You just want to go?
Yeah, what's on your mind? Tell me.
Well, E3, didn't just happen, but ended on Thursday.
Yeah.
That was a whole E3 worth of E3.
I didn't pay attention to much of it, except Sony and Devolver Digital and Nintendo.
Did you watch all of them?
No, I didn't. I just got the bits that quote-unquote mattered.
I watched them all after the fact, except for like the Sony and the stuff, Devolver Digital stuff that I was able to watch live. Like I went back and watched like Ubisoft and stuff, Microsoft.
Ubisoft apparently did actually pretty well.
Yeah, and we can talk about like who won E3 later. Well, like who do we think that like did well, who we thought didn't. But no, yeah, like I mean, for a Ubisoft conference, yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, you just wanna Nintendo?
Do you want to talk about Nintendo only, or do you want to talk about anybody else?
We have the other stuff later down in the doc, so I just want to like because we were talking about Nintendo last time.
Yeah.
I guess we are a gaming podcast overall, but I don't know, Game Explained is just Game Explained, but they're like Nintendo Explained, so they also don't explain games really anymore. So
you know it's not Nintendo? Rocket League.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not upset. I like Rocket League.
No, I mean it seems like it would already be on the Switch or Wii U because it I mean, it's that art style is pretty like, you know,
Have you played
like
Rocket League before?
yeah. I have it on PC. Cool. I mean, that's all they really needed to say. I mean, I don't know if they were going to.
I don't think anybody was like upset or like
No.
too interested in it.
No one was really
How
too
dare
interested
Rocket
in it.
League be on Switch.
Yeah, right. So, no, I mean it's just only more things, so it's not upsetting, and it's a good game. So I mean,
Cross-platform too, so that's cool.
yeah, and it's gonna have special, not I don't think it's special cars, but special customizations or something. Probably
Yeah.
special cars for if you're playing on Switch.
Apparently, what's happening?
So so everybody can see that you're a casual, I guess. But I don't know. It was a pretty small announcement. Whatever. I don't. It's weird how they like kind of started with it.
It was like one of the first things that they showed.
It was the first thing that they showed. Okay, well, the first thing that they showed was a bunch of attractive people, and then they showed
yes.
the first game that they showed was Rocket League. And then they went on to Xenoblade.
Xenoblade was okay. I mean, I know people are a little bit bothered by the art style, but honestly, the original Xenoblade bugged me because of its art style. It was like
okay.
kind of anime, but not too anime.
Okay, it was like in between.
It was
It was
too much of an
undecided
in-between. Yeah.
of like, what it was. Okay.
I like how Shulk looks in Smash, but he doesn't look like that in Xenoblade.
Well, yeah, he looks honestly, I feel like the Smash he looks cooler. Like
Yeah.
he looks really derpy in Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, I like Xenoblade, and I wouldn't mind playing this one.
I mean, it looks like they, and it's kind of hard to say because they showed like almost no gameplay.
Yeah.
But from the like half a second clips of literally it was like not even a full second, I think, of like combat gameplay. It looks different. It doesn't look like the MMO cooldown based gameplay that was in the previous ones.
Right.
Sorry, I don't know why I clear my throat so much. But
You played X, right?
no.
No, that's a good one. I think I like that one better than the original.
Yeah, that's what I have been hearing. I didn't like the original at all. I feel, and I might have already said this on the podcast before, I'm not sure, but like the original, I was excited to play for the cutscenes, and that should never be the case in a video game. This interactive medium, that the most interesting parts to me were the uninteractive parts.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, this one, it's just honestly the gameplay wasn't that fun to me.
I feel you.
But this one's gameplay, like this one's combat system looks way more interesting. Just from what I saw, like it looks more like Final Fantasy style. It actually looks a lot like Legend of Legacy. If you know about that game. You know about the game?
I've played it once, maybe.
It's a 3DS RPG in the vein of Final Fantasy II. It's a spiritual successor to... Oh, the name is blanking for me, but it's basically a spiritual successor to Final Fantasy II as well, because the level up system and stuff. Like, well, there is no level system, basically. It's really it's interesting. It's cool, but it's like basically a Final Fantasy turn-based RPG. I don't know. It kind of failed to turn me on, but it's excited for the fans, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like you're a Xenoblade fan. Were you excited by it? I know Brad was like, yeah.
I mean, I was like, okay, or maybe.
I guess the sword is that girl, and like at first I thought that she was the Monada, but no, the sword looks different because like she's all like red and blue. I was like, oh, she's the Monada. Like they're I don't know. They're going to full Fi on this one, but
she's the sword.
She's the sword, so I hopefully she just doesn't stop you every like 5 seconds.
The batteries.
Yeah, so you know, and the Switch has pretty poor battery life, so I just really hope that doesn't happen every time. So
Kirby.
Oh
Kirby.
my!
It's Kirby.
Okay. I totally understand why the fans wouldn't, or like why people wouldn't be too excited for that.
I feel like they make a Kirby game like every year.
Yes.
And it looks the same every single time.
Okay, well, think about it this way. There have been a bunch of Kirby games, or games with the title Kirby in them. We haven't had a true Kirby game, in my opinion, in years. I know that the Mecha one was like interesting. It wasn't a Kirby game in my. It was finally a side-scrolling platformer, or a 2D platformer is probably a better way.
Did you not play Triple Deluxe? That was a Kirby game.
Yeah, that also came out like years ago. I don't know. This just seems like the first like Kirby game with like some of like the old enemies, and like it's kind of reminiscent of like Kirby 64, especially with like the fusing the moves together, and like I don't know. It just seems like, and like the people joining your party, or like the fact that you have a party, like some of the old I forget which Kirby game it was. It might have been 64 as well. I think no, it was 64.
Superstar. Superstar and 64.
Like having like Knuckle Joe and stuff in your party.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize it was Superstar. Also,
Superstar's
but
I think Superstar is the best Kirby game.
Really? But this just seems like an OG Kirby game finally, and I don't know. I know like there's not a whole lot of them out there to be super excited about that, but like I'm super excited about this. Also co-op.
I think Kirby works best mobile too. I don't think I've ever wanted to play a console Kirby game.
No, stuck to TV Kirby game. No, like I loved it for the GBA. I loved it like yeah. And 64, like I understand, like it was back then. I don't know that. Man. Okay. I mean, okay. Are you excited? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm so gonna play it. I'm not gonna say that about most games this conference, but I'm actually gonna play Kirby. Yes.
I've played. I mean, I've purchased all of the recent Kirby games, so I could see myself playing this one eventually.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a fan of Kirby. I like what he does.
You like what he does?
I like what he does. I like his work.
Yeah.
He did it before Mario did. He stole people's abilities before Mario.
Yeah. That's true.
He did it before it was cool.
Mario Kirby wants its Kirby back. So
do you want to talk about Pokémon again? I don't know what. They didn't say anything new, huh?
Actually, I want to based on the joke that I just said, I also want to make another joke regarding Mario X Rabbids. Mario XCOM wants its game back.
Yeah, I mean it's basically XCOM.
X Rabbids.
Mario,
I mean,
Mario's taking a lot of creative liberties lately.
No, being said, I mean it is a little bit like you can travel further and stuff in the XCOM, and there's no like none of this like 87% accuracy like we have. No, it's either like 100%, 50, or 0. It's pretty straightforward, and the boss battles do seem cool.
People seem excited for it. I'm not gonna knock it because it's Rabbids.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, right. I mean,
it's what it is.
I'm probably not gonna get it. The gameplay did appeal to me. It might be one of those games like I borrow from someone or something that I wouldn't purchase it personally.
Yeah.
Pokémon?
Pokémon. Yeah, that's the game they talked about for 2 seconds.
I mean,
what is there to say that we haven't said about it already? It's a nice game.
We knew about it.
It's gonna be nice to see it on Switch because
we just knew about it is all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know about the core RPG though.
Right.
I don't know how to feel though.
All right. So the thing is, it's the fact that it's a it's a brand new main series Pokemon game excites me.
Yeah.
But it's also hard to get excited when it was just a guy at a desk saying, "There's a new Pokemon game coming."
That's not
Goodbye.
just any guy. That's Dad right there.
I mean, it's fine, but like, that's what it was though.
Yeah.
Like we didn't see the game. I mean, why did they even say that? Why? Like, we have a new Pokemon game coming out that you announced a few days ago. Like, or a week ago, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
It was the same week.
I mean, like, okay, what is this game? Is this a brand new? Is this Gen 8? Is this Gen 8? Is this Pokemon Stars? Who knows? We'll have to speculate because they didn't say anything. So
I think I'd rather speculate than have something to talk about already. We still know what the fuck Ultra is about, so...
Yeah, I expected them to play that on Treehouse because that's what happened last time. But...
I didn't watch any of Treehouse except because I was at work most of the time.
They announced new games. They announced games that weren't in the direct...
I got more excited about those announcements than I did during the actual presentation.
Like how they announced
Mario and Luigi, that game was...
Oh yeah. Was that in the doc?
No, but
I didn't put that in the doc, okay. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. They announced 2 Metroid games.
Yeah.
And one of them, probably the more exciting of the 2, wasn't in the conference.
Yeah.
It was shown off hours later in the treehouse. What? Okay, I don't know. I mean, thoughts on Metroid 4? Prime 4?
I've never played a Metroid. That were my thoughts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They've never appealed to me.
Any of them?
Any of them.
Oh. Okay. Wow. Well... Prime...
I know it's exciting, but...
My first was Prime Hunters. That was a really underrated game with an even more underrated multiplayer. But okay. I mean,
the only Metroid game I played was Prime Hunters DS demo.
Demo? I mean, okay, Metroid Prime 4 does excite me. I just wish that I could get excited. That's another one of those things where they just shouldn't have even said anything, because anything. CGI cutscene, anything. I don't know.
Anybody could do that.
CGI cutscene, yeah. You did it earlier in this podcast. Hey guys, I'm getting artists for a new game. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Whatever, okay.
I mean, cool.
Cool, I wish I could get excited.
That's the common theme with this C3 is cool. I wish I could get excited.
Yoshi?
Yeah, cool. I wish I could get excited.
Actually, it does look pretty cool.
It's not Woolly.
No, it's not Woolly World. It's Cardboard World or something. It doesn't have a name, but Yoshi 2017. It's cool. It looks exciting. I'm not gonna play it, probably. If someone lets me borrow it, I'll play it, but... it's cool. It actually does seem pretty cool, like the way that you flip the
Yeah, the whole world like flips with you.
Yeah, and then you play on the other side, and like that is some puzzles right there, and like I don't know, it seems pretty cool, and it's some pretty interesting. It's like actual co-op instead of like you're just playing as like an extra little guy. Like no, you're playing full co-op, which is pretty cool. Like I'm happy about that, and especially with the Joy-Cons. I mean, yeah, you know.
Switch works incredibly well for multiplayer, I think.
Not just multiplayer. I feel like co-op in particular, Switch is fantastic for. Fire Emblem Warriors.
I want it still.
I mean, yeah.
I know people are pissy about it only being from, games that people know, and not all the Japanese exclusive games that all the weebs are crying for.
Like, okay, here's one. Okay, so 2 things. One, they only showed cutscenes, which is its own thing. But regarding what you said, they it showed like, I think there was the final part was like character like five or six characters from like Awakening and Fates, and then Marth.
Yeah.
Like,
and everybody has a sword too.
And they were all, well, no, I think Camila was there. But
No, she wasn't.
and that final part there,
Yeah, no, it was just
Corrin and
the two main characters from the game. Crom, Marth.
Oh, that's right, Corrin was there.
Ander, and Ryoma. And then Corrin.
I mean,
Corrin looks cute.
Yeah, they're going with female Corrin, which is cool. I mean, I wish that this excited me. This didn't wet my lips at all.
It did.
It was.
It made me wet.
It was. You gave us cutscenes and character. You gave us character models and sounds and voices. That's all that we got there. You could have just done. Anyone can do that. Here's character models and talking. The original reveal of the game showed more game. I don't know. The original voice actors are back, I guess, was maybe one of the points. And one of the main things, one of the new things that they talked about it, was the fact that it was confirmed that the weapon triangle would be there. However, they didn't say that during the conference. They said that during the treehouse. I feel like that's a new thing. That's conference material.
Did you liked Hyrule Warriors, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've already said, like, I wish I liked that game better, because the Wii U version was the weaker of the two. The 3DS version was the full version of the game, and the 3DS version sucked. So, I mean, that game has a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I like Dynasty Warriors, so
You should play an actual Muso game.
Muso?
Phone. Yeah, that's what they're called. The type of game.
Is it not just beat 'em up?
No, it's Muso.
In particular, Muso.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you playing a game right now?
I'm playing a game right now. I'm playing a Muso type game right now.
Okay. What are you playing?
Which it's a game from this series is going to be on Switch. So I don't think anybody's ever talked about it. It wasn't at E3, but it's going to happen.
What's that?
Senran Kagura. Have you heard of that series?
Oh yeah.
That's going to be on Switch.
Yeah. No, I saw that on the Switch's little news section.
I enjoy this series quite a bit.
Okay. Okay. Breath of the Wild stuff.
DLC.
Okay, well, first off, Skyrim was in just another conference.
Todd Howard wasn't there, but he was there basically.
Skyrim has been in 3 press conferences.
It's been the most presented E3 game, I think.
I think so, actually. PS4, Bethesda, and now Nintendo. It was in 3 press conferences. Okay.
Do people not own Skyrim at this point? Why?
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I'll get it for Switch.
Even I own Skyrim.
Do you?
Yes.
I mean, I'll get it for Switch. I'll play it a third time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've played it before, haven't you?
I played my first playthrough was with a high elf. My second playthrough was with Khajiit, and then my last playthrough was on PC with another high elf, or no, it was dark elf. My bad. And I mean, I'll play it a 4th time. Is what I have to say.
As Link.
As Link. I'll play it this time as Link, as a Hylian. Motion controls. I don't know. Motion controls seem interesting. I don't know. That's not.
How old is the
I wasn't on.
10 years old or older?
Yeah, it's 5 or 6 years old. 5 or 6 years old. Geez, hang on, let me see. Let me check. Skyrim.
Original release.
11th. Or sorry, 2011.
2011.
No, that's right. It was 11/11/11. It was November 11th, 2011. I just said the 11th of this month. No. So yeah, it's a 6-year-old game. Okay. And then Breath of the Wild. DLC. I mean, it's stuff that we knew. I'm still excited for it, but it's just stuff that we knew already. Hard mode still looks hard. I mean, it's the stone.
I have nothing to say about this.
They
so
showed
this is all you.
They showed a few things. The gold enemies, because there's a tier up from the silver enemies now. So like, there's a gold Lionel and stuff. Gold Lionel, I'm always down for more like combat. This game is probably the best combat of any Zelda game, so I'm always down for gold Lionel. Also, it showed like stone talus health regenerating, so I guess all the bosses are gonna have regenerating health now, which is interesting. I mean, facing like taluses and stuff, maybe even the final boss with like regenerating health, which is cool.
Well, I mean, that make him more formidable, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then that was it. And then they showed the second DLC pack. Well, they didn't show the second DLC pack. They just said that it was called the Guardian's Ballad, and that there's amiibos for it. What?
It looked like music.
It's just I think it's gonna revolve around Cass, and Cass is, because I mean that line in the intro is what Cass says, that there's a song of this region told about whatever. Would you like to hear it? And that's exactly what appeared. So I mean, I think that Cass might be like the intro to it, and that this Guardian's Ballad is going to be like the song that tells the story of the Guardians, and then you're gonna go back or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's a whole DLC pack with new story, so I mean, I'm assuming that you're gonna be able to play with this new, back then or whatever it is.
How much it'll add to the playtime, I guess, of the game.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I checked earlier. I'm 195 hours in to my main playthrough. That's not counting on my second account. I actually don't want to go past the 200 mark because I want to wait until the hero's path comes, because that only records up to the last 200 hours.
I see.
So I want to like. Huh?
What does that do exactly besides like track your progress?
It shows like on the map. It just shows like a line, like a straight line of like everywhere you've been, and if you've like teleported to other areas, like fast traveled to other areas, it'll show that like you fast traveled there. And so it basically just shows like parts of the map that you haven't explored yet. You know, if you zoom all the way out, you're just gonna see like a bunch of like glowing green. And so like if you just see like, oh, there's glowing green up in the northwestern part of the map that I haven't been to yet, which is probably the case, that the whole western part of the map has really nothing to do. But yeah, that's it for Hero's Path. And then there's the part where you can see it like happen in live time. You can like watch your last 200 hours.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Watch yourself let's play.
Basically, except watch yourself, like literally just watch the path that you've taken on the world map. That's it. Which is actually, I don't know, I'm excited for that actually. That is exciting to me. It seems like something that should already be in the game, but whatever. It's still exciting that it's going to be added. And then there's also in the DLC, there is obviously hard mode and the Trials of the Sword, which is a new area, or several new areas in the game. with a good bonus at the end in that you upgrade your Master Sword. And hard mode, which has different enemy types and apparently like regenerating bosses and stuff. And also like different Octoroks that like fly and carry platforms with enemies on them to shoot you and stuff. And yeah, and finally it has an item that you can use to teleport to. You can basically make it another fast travel point. You can put it anywhere on the map and it's a fast travel point now. And oh, also there's the new armors and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you can play as like Tingle and the Phantom Zelda's armor and Korok mask and Majora's mask and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Midna's helmet. I mean, it's actually a pretty beefy DLC.
I mean, yeah. How much was it?
It's bundled with the second one. It's $20.
I see.
So it's basically a $10 DLC value. I mean, well, I think it's probably worth about maybe a $7 DLC. But I mean, it's bundled with the second DLC, which is, I would consider like a $15 to $20 DLC by itself because it has new story moments and stuff. The fact that it has more story, I would consider that a better DLC. So them bundled together, I do think is fair to call it $20 personally. Some people may feel different. Also, there's amiibos.
Yeah. I like the Mifa amiibo.
Yeah, no, same. Mifa's probably my favorite. She looks like straight up a Dragoon from Final Fantasy.
It kind of looks like it looks a bit off, but I'm sure that's just...
What do you mean?
Did you see it? Because they zoomed in really close on it.
Oh yeah, no, she looked less cartoony. She looked kind of like Morph, but the Morph amiibo, but way better quality. Not Morph quality, but you know.
I get you.
Yeah, they said that it'll have compatibility with the new DLC, with the Champions Ballad DLC. I just wish I knew what they did.
Yeah.
It's hard to get excited by new figures. Here's some new statues you can buy. E3 2017.
It's hard to get excited.
All about the games. Here's some statues. Is basically what happened. Yeah, that's Breath of the Wild.
That's the Breath of the Wild podcast.
That's Breath of the Wild. Basically. And then Mario Cross Rabbids.
Yeah.
We talked about that already.
I'm
Super
not
Mario
upset.
Odyssey.
Well,
You're not
Odyssey
upset?
is good. It's the Odyssey, you see.
That's an Odyssey, you see. Yeah. I probably not gonna get it. It's definitely a cool 3D platformer. I'm just not into 3D platformers. I know I have friends who are very, very excited for it. Mike and Brad, obviously. I mean, I'm not super into the Mario game. I'm probably the worst Nintendo fan because I'm not a Mario fan, but I like 64 and stuff. But I mean, I'm just not. It's not my thing.
I gotcha. I mean,
thoughts on possessing
Mario. I don't like standard 2D side-scrolling Mario.
I like that more. I just like 2D platformers more personally. That's why though.
I prefer 3D Mario.
Thoughts on possessing things?
Kirby did it first.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, the dinosaur.
When I saw that, oh, Mario can possess Goombas and stuff, and then it was like a bullet bill, and I was like, oh, I guess so, actually, because that is an enemy, I guess. that's pretty cool actually. And then it went on to like other things like lightning, just straight up lightning. It's just lightning with a mustache on it. Okay, and then apparently he was like ziplining around on lightning. Like, okay, Mario's possessing lightning, and also cars, like a taxi, humans.
That's my body now.
Basically, that person's body is ready. And also, okay, Mario possessed like not like a lamppost, but like, you know those like things that like stick out of the ground, like those yellow little pillars.
Like the parking meter?
Not a parking meter, but like those little like concrete pillars. Sometimes they're like in front of like Costco's and stuff. Possessed one of those. What?
For what purpose?
He flung himself like 5 feet. What? Mario can just, aside from just like living things, Mario can just possess lightning and like concrete.
Inanimate objects.
That was weird. Okay. And dinosaurs. I don't know, it seems like a cool game. I'm probably not gonna get it. I'll play it if someone gives it to me. It looks cool. I'm just not gonna spend $60 on it. And then a bunch of games that weren't at E3, or that weren't like at the press conference. Like brand new games. Rita.
Yes.
Brand new games.
Kind of. We've known about Fate Exella for a bit.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first time you're learning about it.
It's on PS4. That's an anime Zelda game.
Well, I know
it's a Warriors-ish kind of game.
I mean, I know like because the Fate / franchise has been around forever. I watched the first anime, which where it started, Fate Zero, and apparently the ones after that it became a little more like it had Naruto / Sword Art Online syndrome, where it became like too generic.
Yeah. I just know a few of the characters through, I don't know, just being on the internet and around anime fans in general.
Because Fate Extella is an anime, right?
I think so. I have no idea.
Because there's like 5, well, probably not 5, but like there's a bunch of Fate animes, and there's a bunch of Fate / games too. So there's Fate games that are not Fate Extella.
Well, for the most part, I think they're visual novels.
Probably, I don't know. But so Umbrella Star is not the... Umbrella Star is the same as the Fate Extella game on the PS4? The other one's called Umbrella Star also?
Let's see.
Like, if so, like... Huh?
Not Umbrella Corps, Google.
Umbrella Corps. Fate Extella Umbrella Star.
Yeah, that's on PS4 is the name.
Oh, okay.
It came out this year, so Switch is not too far behind.
Okay. Okay, I mean, it's Nintendo kind of playing catch-up, I guess.
It's good to see more anime-ass games on Switch.
Yeah, it's cool. Metroid, Samus Returns.
Samus...
Not to be confused with Samus's Return, Metroid 2, I guess. Even though it looks like the same game. It was confusing because they said, during the Treehouse, or something like it was based on the second Metroid game.
It's a remake.
Is it though? Because it has a different name, and then they seemed pretty adamant that like it was
Metroid Echoes.
I don't know, because they also said that like the levels are different. There's also like new features and stuff, like the Aeon abilities and stuff that like weren't in Metroid 2. And it has a different name, Samus Returns. It's confusing. Because at first I thought like, oh, it's a remake, okay. And then they were like, it is roughly based on the second. I was like, what? What do you mean? Look at that! Look at this level! And then the level changed, and I was like, oh wait, there wasn't a branching. There wasn't that. Oh, okay, so this is a different game, I guess. But
yeah, I didn't realize that.
they never said like it was a remake or it was the second game or remaster or anything. Like, during that, I don't know. It was weird, but I don't know. And then I saw that you added the fact that there's the Marshadow event happening.
Oh yeah, that's happening. Who still plays Pokemon though, huh?
Okay.
I haven't played Pokemon in a while. I played Go more than any other game recently.
Yeah, honestly, me too. Okay, so let's talk about Nintendo Z3 overall. Like,
what got me excited the most was Mario Luigi remake.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm excited for a few things.
We knew everything that they were talking about for the most part.
Well, okay. Yeah, okay, fair. We didn't know about, like, Rocket League. We didn't know, like, a lot of the specifics about Xenoblade. We didn't know about the Kirby game or the Yoshi game. Games that, like, they did announce and show gameplay of that, like, in the same... Those were the most E3 things to happen, I think. Kirby and Yoshi. But, like, I mean, there was a few things, like, we didn't know. Like, I mean, they showed a lot of Breath of the Wild stuff that, like, we didn't know before, and, like, there's a few things to get excited about, Rocket League and stuff. I mean,
as much as you can.
As much as you can, yeah. How did you feel about... Tell me all of your thoughts. How did you feel about this, about Nintendo's conference? How did you, like... Do you feel like it was strong, and in what ways? Which ways do you feel like it was not so strong? Tell me everything. Go.
So I went into this E3 not with the idea in mind of, alright, this is gonna decide if I buy a Switch this year. And, no. I don't think I'm gonna be buying a Switch this year, just because of what's there, still. I mean, there are exciting things like Fire Emblem Warriors and that Senran game coming out. But Fire Emblem Warriors is gonna be on 3DS.
And it's also, like, hard to get excited about it because it isn't an actual Fire Emblem game.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
They didn't
spin-off,
talk about the actual Fire Emblem game either. That apparently.
Yeah, I want to talk about, like, what we were, like, our predictions from last time too later, but yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the worst show. There was a lot more going for this Nintendo than a lot of other people, but.
Okay, yeah, like, it wasn't.
The games that got me most excited this E3, including other people. Other companies, Spider-Man.
Well, hang on. Let's talk about the other press conferences later. Let's just keep it like
sure?
Just because, like, I want to go into the discussions later, like right after this. Like, I did put the other conferences on the dock. There.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's the whole topic 4 is extra conferences.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Nintendo. Yeah, they didn't let me down, but I'm disappointed.
Isn't that, like, the definition of being let down, though?
Yeah. Nintendo, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I mean, okay, this I feel like... Okay, you're right. At first, like, when you said that it wasn't the worst press conference, at first I was like, oh... You're right, actually, because I feel like Revolver Digitals was kind of disappointing. Like, there was a few bad ones, but, like...
Revolver Digital was a whole different beast in itself, I think.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was there for that.
Yeah. That was scary, even. But, so... It was one of the most disappointing things at E3 this year, though. Like, I think Pro Jared said that he gave it a C-, and I feel like maybe that's even generous. Like, I don't know.
Because you were expecting more, right?
Well, the thing is, like, I knew, like, I think you said it best last time. I expect to be disappointed.
Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
I just didn't think, like, I don't know, there was just nothing that, like, okay, things that, like, they need to talk about. Things that they need to talk about. Virtual console. Their online service. There's so many things that they needed to talk about that they didn't. I don't know. Mobile. Last time they were like, hey, mobile's a big focus for us this E3. And then there was no mobile. It was only Switch games. There was 3DS stuff, but it wasn't even in the main conference. Like, it was disappointing. I'm excited for a few things. I'm excited for Kirby. I'm very excited for Kirby. Excited for Pokémon, I guess. I wish we knew more, but I'm excited for Breath of the Wild.
But those are games, I mean, we didn't, yeah, I was gonna say, we didn't know about Kirby and Yoshi, but that's it. Comparing
it to Microsoft and Sony's press conferences, the other two first-party platform holders, Sony, well, I guess Sony didn't really announce a whole lot of new things, right?
No.
Okay, but
Monster Hunter.
Okay, yeah, Monster Hunter Worlds. They showed Shadow of the Colossus, which I guess isn't new. It's HD, oh whatever. But like it's like okay, fine. Still, like they had a way more E3 press conference than Nintendo did, and Microsoft showed like 5 new games. And cinematic trailers for them. They weren't like Metroid Prime 4. And here's the logo. Like no, they showed games that like were brand new games. They didn't show like gameplay for them. Whatever. They at least showed like 5 or so brand new games that they didn't have gameplay for, but they at least showed a cinematic trailer. And the game, and they showed even more brand new games that we didn't know about with gameplay. Like, and then Sony was pretty good too. Like I can't believe that like Nintendo, like the most E3 things were Kirby and Yoshi. I don't know how else to say that.
You're right.
I don't know.
It was a disappointing E3 in general, I believe.
Yeah, honestly, actually.
Like I wasn't excited for E3 to begin with.
I feel like every year I'm less excited.
As the year's gone on, I've been losing interest in E3.
Yeah, I mean, I think, because the thing is, like, E3 is changing. We may have talked about this on the show before, but E3 is has kind of like a monopoly on the whole like video game news, as like video game news sort of. So a few companies have sort of taken steps in directions to avoid that, to like kind of like make E3 less important, like deliberately. So like Nintendo started its directs, right? And then Sony has PlayStation Experience now. Microsoft is starting their own thing. Bethesda has their own thing. What's it called? Square Enix has their press conferences now. Like, I mean, everyone's sort of moving away from E3, and because of that, E3 has less to show. And we are seeing a change in E3 to where E3 is becoming less about... Is it becoming less... Okay, actually, okay. I would say that we've seen 2 major changes to E3 over the past few years. We've seen E3 go from the press conference, the series of press conferences, to less press conferencey and more like commercial-y, to where like it's showing a bunch of commercials instead. Like,
it's for everybody now, I think, is what.
Yeah, it's less people on stage and more like Nintendo Direct like formats. Like even Bethesda had a Direct, it seemed. Bethesda, Nintendo wants the Direct back, but and now we're seeing another change in E3 to where it's becoming more of like a convention, like AX or something, or like C2E2 or things like that. We're seeing like I had a friend in CompSci Club, never worked in games industry before. He bought a ticket to E3 and went for relatively cheap compared to other years. Another friend of mine, like I go shooting with him sometimes. He got a ticket to E3. He's never worked in the video game industry. Like he does short films and stuff. Like people are just going to E3 now. It's a con. It's not closed to the public. It's a con. That's what it's become. It's become a con where you can play games early.
I think this is the final thing I'll say about Nintendo, and this is taken from a Tumblr thing.
Okay.
Hey there, Reggie here. Welcome to this Nintendo Direct. Soon, I will simultaneously appear in every single house across the planet and consume all the food. If you can stop me, I will give you a Nintendo Switch. But let's face it, you can't stop me. You and I both know you can't. That's
okay.
What this conference was.
Okay. I will say, actually, when Reggie came on after that little intro music video, he actually spoke more like a generic E3 press conference. Like when Phil Spencer went on for Microsoft, he sounded like that basically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love Reggie in general.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He's alright.
He's alright, I guess. Do you want to talk about the predictions? Or
what we got
wrong?
What went wrong?
What went right? What went wrong?
I mean, they talked about, for me at least, talked about Xenoblade, talked about Fire Emblem Warriors. They didn't talk about Animal Crossing or Melee HD.
No, Melee HD was a stretch, though. I mean, okay, so you said mobile, Animal Crossing, Pokemon Go for mobile. Neither of those happened because of their mobile wasn't there. Another port of a Wii U game. If you wanna consider Pokemon Deluxe or Pokken Deluxe, but we also already knew about that. But you said another port of a Wii U game, which didn't happen. Xenoblade 2, you were right. Fire Emblem Warriors, you were right, but it was disappointing. Fire Emblem for Switch.
Nope.
That was kind of surprising that it didn't show up. No Animal Crossing, no Melee HD, and Reggie is not putting it on the Switch himself. Which is what you said.
He's eating our food instead.
He's porting it. He's eating our food instead. And then I said something virtual console and something to do with like the online. Nope. That was something that they needed to do, and that was one of my small, obvious predictions, but nope. I also said just tell us about Mother 3, I know you're gonna do it. And they didn't, because they didn't talk about Virtual Console. Fire Emblem for Switch also, I said, didn't happen. Another Wii U Deluxe game, didn't happen. Pokemon was at E3 in the form of Pokken. And then Melee Virtual Console, nope. Smash for Switch, nope. And main series Pokemon game for Switch, I was right about actually. Kind of. I was disappointing, but I was right about it. And that was my balls to the wall prediction. That was my big key for
maybe
prediction.
Someday.
Yeah. I mean, well,
someday, buddy.
I mean, it is going to happen. It's not maybe. It is going to happen, though. They said it was going to happen.
But we don't know that exactly.
I mean, it could get canceled, I guess. They can cancel it. You never know.
I'll do it myself. I'm done with Pokemon.
You're canceling it?
I'm canceling it myself.
I forget who it was. There was a... Huh?
Since I've got banned recently from like being able to do online competitions for some, I'm just kind of done with Pokemon.
That pissed you off so much.
That pissed me enough to like retire for a bit.
To be fair, that is your own damn fault.
It is, but like everybody was doing it.
I wasn't doing it. I would have done it.
You would have done it.
But I would have done it on my 3DS that already has issues though.
I suppose.
Like I wouldn't have done it on my main 3DS. I wouldn't. There's no way. My main 3DS is 100%.
I almost called you Peter. You know, Peter. Some people don't have the privilege of owning a working 3DS like you do. Another 3DS.
I have
a whole other system.
I had 3 3DSs at one point.
Me too.
I still have the 2DS with the capture device. My homebrew 3DS, the brick one, I traded in for my Switch. I got $150 off. I got half off of a Switch for it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
that reminds me, this is completely off topic, but do you have any screwdrivers that are incredibly small, smaller than a 00?
No. 000 screwdriver? No, I don't. Hannah does.
I need to get into the
Hannah's also 900 miles away, so...
Yeah,
what?
she is.
What
I
is it?
basically need, like, glasses opening, like, glass...
Oh, they have kits for just that.
But I need it for a 3DS, not a pair of glasses. If that makes sense. Yeah.
What do you need for a 3DS?
Remember how my my new 3DS, the Japanese one, did I tell you about that one? What happened?
No.
So the circuit, not the circuit board, the Wi-Fi card, which is near the circuit boards, got knocked out of place.
Okay.
And this really neat thing that the new 3DS does is that the only way to turn off Wi-Fi is to go in and disable it from the home menu. Whereas the old one, there was just a switch that you flip to turn off Wi-Fi.
Yeah, this UI is slightly different.
And apparently, with the switch knocked out, or the Wi-Fi card knocked out of place, it's just continually searching for the card, and the system never turns on. So like it works, it's charged, it has power, but like it's stuck on a black screen. If that makes sense, because it's searching for the Wi-Fi card that's not there.
I mean, I don't have any 000 screwdrivers. You can probably just go to Walmart and pick some up though. Pick up a set.
Yeah. It's a lot of money I spent to just be broken.
Yeah. I'm just happy that like my big prediction of there being a main series Pokemon game for Switch was correct. And suck it to everybody. Remember when I forget what it was exactly, but you were like to one of the announcements you were like, nobody called that. There's anybody that said that they called it. You were, what was that about?
Yeah, the Ultra Sun and Moon thing.
Ultra Sun and Moon, yeah.
Yeah, nobody called an Ultra Sun and Moon, and if you say you did, you were fucking wrong. You didn't. Nobody did.
I called this though. I called it at E3 on Tuesday, and it happened. So I just want to say, I'm just actually the bet. No. Do you want to talk about the other conferences now?
I just want to quickly mention just highlights of, honestly, I only watched Sony. Monster Hunter looked nice. Monster Hunter's going to be on everything except for Switch.
Monster Hunter Double Cross is on Switch, but yeah, they never confirmed. I think Pro Jared was playing it, and he said that it was coming for Monster Hunter World is coming for Switch, but I don't remember them ever saying that. I mean, unless they were saying that on the show floor, they never said that during the conferences.
Concert Monster Hunter looks nice.
Yeah, it's how the game should be. Although I like the fact that I like Monster Hunter in the form that you can take it with you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how Monster Hunter should be. That's why I'm happy that it's on the Switch, because the 3DS was disappointing. Don't get me wrong, Monster Hunter 4U is one of my favorite games ever, but like, it just wasn't as huge and epic as Try for the Wii, you know? I don't know. It just didn't seem as powerful. It didn't feel... you can't run around in a big world and see like trees off in the distance, like feel like you're battling this huge epic monster. The fact that the camera is so closed in on the player, I understand why they did it, because the resolution is smaller, but like, I don't know. I'm happy that it's on the Switch.
New Marvel vs. Capcom looks ugly.
Doesn't look that bad. People are always like, man, but come on.
Dragon Ball Z looks neat.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Spider-Man looks cool. I'll play
Oh
that.
my god. Okay, I went in to Sony's press conference and said, okay, let's see if you can sell me a PS4. I should already have one, but like,
You should.
they
have one.
sold me one this conference.
With a Spider-Man that did it?
Spider-Man, Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is one of my favorite games. Like, they did it. They did it. I'm sold. I'm gonna get the Uncharted collection. I'm gonna get Uncharted 4. I'm gonna have the whole... I'm gonna have more games for the PS4 than I do for the Nintendo Wii U, so...
I have more games for my PS4 than I do for any system, I think, except for 3DS.
Yeah, sure. I have more for 3DS.
In recent years, like...
I probably have the most on my Xbox One. What?
Yeah, in recent memory. Let's see how many games I have on PS4, shall we?
Well,
35.
35?
Wait, no, sorry.
Don't you have PS Plus?
Yeah, I don't
Don't you have,
play
like...
those games, so...
Really?
No,
It's free
they're
games,
never-
though.
No. I play quality games.
Do they not give quality games?
Most of the time, no. It's like, oh, have another indie game that's been given away countless times before.
I feel like Microsoft Games with Gold. You get a lot of AAA games with Games with Gold.
Yeah,
Let's see. I just want to see like list of games with gold. Fable 3. Oh my god, Fable 3. Hang on, this is new. Oh my god, okay, I need to... Okay, I'm downloading that literally today. Then there's an indie game, Defense Grid. But then Assassin's Creed 2. Crackdown. Dead Rising. Okay, those are just the most recent 5 games, right? The top 4 of which came out, like, this month. Those are, like, all AAA games, aside from Defense Grid. Crackdown, okay, fine. But it's a popular game. I've heard of Crackdown before. Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalk, that's a new one, actually. Or no, that's not a new, well, it's 2013. Rainbow Six Vegas, Tom Clancy's Might and Magic, Halo 3, Gears of War, Sleeping Dogs, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, Dead Island. Like these are AAA ass games. Just in the top 20. I'm not even done with the top 20 yet. Hitman Absolution. Like, you know.
Jesus, yeah, no, we don't get that on PS Plus.
PS Plus. Let's see PS Plus games. Hang on. No, not PS Store. Free games. Life is Strange: The Complete Season. Actually, that's pretty good. You should get that. Have you ever played out and or seen Life is Strange?
Not much of it, no.
Do me a favor, download it.
Is that this month?
It's free right now, yeah. Do me a favor, just do it. Honestly, do it, please. It's a good game. Killing Floor. I think I've heard of that before.
I've played that on PC.
Neon Chrome, Spy Chameleon, Abyss Odyssey, WRC. What? Neon Chrome again. Another Neon Chrome. Well, yeah, this is pretty disappointing.
See?
Okay. Okay. Is it called the Instant Games Collection? Is that what they call it?
No, it's just PS Plus.
I'm trying to find the list of Instant Games Collections has been available on PS Plus members in North America. Oh, these are all oh wait, no. Most recent are at the bottom. Oh yeah, no, it is called the Instant Games Collection, I guess. Typewriter, Laser Disco Defenders, Port Royale, Blood Knights, Abzu, I've heard of Abzu. Tales of the Borderlands, okay. Curses N Chaos, 10-Second Ninja, Alien. I haven't heard of like most any of these. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sony fans. VVVVVV, that's a super indie game.
That's on 3DS.
That is, it's on like everything.
Yeah.
You can play that on a GBA. Probably not. I'm sorry, Sony fans. You know, Sony has some cool things going for them. Like, they're the only console that's doing VR, which is... It's cheaper VR, I guess. It's not full VR, but it's cheaper VR. But, like... I'm sorry.
It's okay.
If you're a Sony fan, I'm sorry for you. PS4 does have a couple of good games. You know, like, when I get a PS4, there's gonna be games on it that I'm gonna get. Like... Uncharted. I loved Uncharted 2. Persona 5, that's for the PS4? Wasn't it also on 3DS though?
No.
Oh, okay.
Persona 5 is on PS3 too. PS4,
so like, Uncharted. I'm gonna get Uncharted. I'm gonna get Shadow of the Colossus. Oh yeah, that's right, the Kingdom Hearts games. Now I'm talking about PS4.
Yeah, that Kingdom Hearts is on PS4.
And Xbox One. I'm talking about like just PS4 games. Exclusives.
Nier Automata PS4 only?
I think that...
Because I bought Nier today. I played like 3 hours ago. It's pretty good.
I was told it was pretty good. It's definitely a popular game. It's like the only game that people talk about for like a month. It's kind of annoying because of that, but... And I also heard like the ending was really interesting, the way that they handled endings and multiple playthroughs. But it's also something that like other games have done before, and also the theme of the game is that like it's hinting that like humans are no longer around anymore, and like what is humanity? Like that hasn't ever been covered in a sci-fi novel or video games before, or movies, or it's not like a Ghost in the Shell literally just came out.
But hey, you got...
PS4 and Windows, yeah.
What about, Final Fantasy came out on Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
31?
13 and, 14 didn't? 14 is just on PC and PS4. Oh, and 15, obviously. And, don't know... We don't know what is happening with the 7 remake.
It's never happening.
Oh. Square Enix is kind of like Nintendo in the sense... What?
Rip Cloud.
Like, Square Enix is kind of like Nintendo in the sense that, like, they announce games way earlier than they really needed to. However, at least Square shows more of the game. But then another, however... semicolon. But Square shows theirs way too early. Like Nintendo shows talks about their stuff like maybe 3 years too early, right? Like, we know about the Nintendo Switch for, like, 2 years before it came out. Before we knew what it really was. But so, like, they were talking about Final Fantasy 15, back when it was still 13 verses. Let me see. I think it was, like, 11 years ago. I think it was like 10 or 11 years ago. 2006, so yeah, 11 years ago. And we're just now getting it. We got it last year, so I guess it took 10 years to make it. Actually, probably took even longer to make it. But,
we did it, lads.
Whatever. Okay, you wanted to talk about who won E3?
Nobody.
GG. GG.
Reggie won.
Reggie didn't win. Reggie showed up and talked.
There was no winner. We're all losers for watching.
Well, so you said in the beginning, Ubisoft had a pretty surprisingly good press conference.
Yeah.
It just felt like an actual effing E3 conference. I will say, Ubisoft's and Microsoft's just felt like E3. And then everything else was BS. Like, Ubisoft talked about a bunch of new games, announced a new game, and showed cinematic trailers and gameplay of it in Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm excited for that game. I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm probably in the minority of people who, like, enjoy Assassin's Creed, but, like, I enjoy Assassin's Creed, and I'm going to play Assassin's Creed Origins. There's also, like, I don't know, they just were talking about a bunch of stuff, and they're talking about all the platforms, and it was just really solid. It was all about the games. And then Microsoft showed up, and they were like, hey, we have a major update. You can... Yeah, they showed off, like 30 games. They announced, I think, 12 brand new games that we haven't heard about before, and then they showed something for each of them. They also showed off a car. It's like the grand, like, it's like the first time they've, like, forget what company it was, but it was just one of the major supercar companies was like, hey, or no, I think it was Ferrari. We have a new car out, and here's the new car we're unveiling at E3 of all places. That was interesting. And then they were like, hey, we have backwards compatibility with all Xbox games now. So every game that's on an Xbox platform is playable on the Xbox One now. Like, and then they were like, on top of that, we also have a brand new console reveal. Like, it was a normal ass E3. The name is a little silly. I kind of like it.
The Xbox XX.
XXX. Xbox. Rated.
Rated X.
Rated 1.
1?
Rated 1.
How about that 4K Minecraft, though?
That's what whatever. I mean, you know.
No, thanks.
It's not like it already exists on PC. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's better than a PS4 Pro. Like, I'll say that. But, like, you know, I mean, if PS4, if nobody's getting mad at PS4 for making the PS4 Pro, no one can really get mad at the Xbox One X, aside from, like, the name, maybe.
Yeah.
I love. Okay, I thought that the Xbox One was a stupid name. However, I like the Xbox One X because I feel like they realized their mistake by calling their console the Xbox One. And then at that point, they were just like, you know what, fuck it. And they're like, Xbox One X. And then they're like, don't get it confused with the Xbox One S. Because that sounds the same.
Oh yeah, it's very similar.
They were like, They just chose the worst name in the world and were unapologetic about it. Like, I feel like it was just a total fuck it moment. But like, I don't know. Actually, I'm a little upset about the name, but like, I just find it hilarious. All in all, I feel like whoever won, I think Pro Jared said that Ubisoft won.
Technically, probably, yeah.
Probably. He made some pretty good points, but like, I feel like Microsoft was also very strong as well. Like, it wasn't as strong as
Cuphead.
What?
I want Cuphead.
If you're into, they say it's like going to be one of the hardest platformers in the world, like in history or something. If you're into not beating games, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty try-hardy actually. I might be interested in it. It's probably going to be on Games Worth Gold, so.
It just looks incredibly neat.
I'll pick it up for free.
I appreciate the art style.
Yeah, like very like Steamboat Willie. Yeah, I mean, that's a game that we did already know about, but like, I feel like Microsoft's, if it were like it was weaker than some other E3 years. Like the E3 where they announced the PS4 and Xbox One, like those kinds of press conferences were like very strong. Xbox One X is not as strong as that. Original Xbox compatibility, that's cool, and that is like actually very, very strong. It's just not on the same caliber as like some other stuff, you know. I don't know. It's hard. It's either Ubisoft or Microsoft.
I say Spider-Man won.
Spider-Man?
Not Sony, but
Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker?
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker won. Not even Marvel, just Spider-Man. Not even Peter Parker. Spider-Man.
I want that game so much.
Oh my god.
It's like Arkham, like the Arkham games, but Spider-Man.
Did you ever play Spider-Man 2 for the original Xbox?
I played it for GameCube.
It was on GameCube?
It was. Spider-Man 2 for GameCube. The free roaming New York simulator.
The one where like you actually attach on the web attaches to the buildings and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was one of the that was revolutionary game actually. That the IK physics in that game, like the games like nowadays are still based on the IK of that game. I think Treyarch made it. That guy who programmed it did it in apparently like 2 weeks, and he was like, "I'm a programming legend," and he actually is. I forget his name exactly. I think it was Tomo Moriwaki. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, that game was revolutionary, and this is basically that game. And the combat, you're right, is very Arkham. Like, whew. Dang. I don't know, that almost alone sold me a PS4. Like, dude. That's exciting. Although to be fair, we knew about it.
Yeah,
already.
I think they talked about it last E3.
I think like Sony's main 3 games, we are like the main 3 takeaways, like we already knew about.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, actually that new VR game, that with the mouse and stuff, that is what I've been asking for regarding VR for a long time. A full VR exclusive game.
Yeah.
Like a full game. We don't have many of those. They're largely tech demos. We have a few full games that I would consider like, you know, but like that seems like one of them. And that's what I've been asking for. I can't complain. It didn't sell me a PSVR, but like that's a step in the right direction for VR. It's what VR needs to succeed. But I mean, again, like it wasn't a platform seller, so I don't know. Like I said, like we knew about all their main takeaways. We knew about already, so don't know. Monster Hunter Worlds, I guess that's a takeaway for a lot of people. I wouldn't say it's one of the main things, but like, you know,
it's something I'll consider.
Get Double Cross to the Switch, please. I need someone to play with that isn't Brad and Janelle and Sam. Please. We can all play together.
Buy me a Switch.
Are you gonna get a Switch before you make your PC?
No. I'm gonna make the PC first.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, the Switch isn't probably gonna happen until next year.
Okay. Dang.
Not until they release a special edition of something, which I know they will.
Well,
like I'd get a special edition Mario Odyssey one or a Pokemon one.
Really? Mario Odyssey one?
Yeah, I want that game.
Okay.
But I don't want it if, you know.
There's a special edition Monster Hunter one that they were showing. It's just the dock, though. It's just a special edition dock. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? What were your main takeaways for E3 2017?
We can do better. Come on, guys, we're better than this.
Okay, but like, what games were like? I don't know, like what got you excited? What wetted your lips? What was it?
I've said, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yes.
Waluigi Superstar Saga HD Remix Turbo. Everything Turbo, yeah, you know.
Deluxe.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z to some extent, even though I've never seen a moment of the show, really.
Have you seen Super?
No.
You should watch Super at least.
I
feel like it's gonna be heavily Super related.
I've played the Budokai games with Brad, but that's about it.
Those were good, underrated games. Same with Naruto. Actually,
yeah,
Shonen
Ninja Storm is a good game, apparently.
All of them are good. Every single Ninja Star game, like all the Shonen fighting games, have all just been good. People are like,
interesting.
"Oh, it's a Naruto game." It's like, no, they're actually just good games. Anyways.
What else was there? The promise of a Pokemon game got me kind of interested.
Yeah.
At
first I was excited when he said that, and I was like, oh, that's it? I felt my excitement building. I was like, yes, yes, yes! And then I was like, oh.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I take away from this.
Okay, my takeaways are Shadow of the Colossus. Oh, God, yes. Kirby. Xbox. Original Xbox games. Dude, okay, if you get an Xbox One, Rita, you can play the first two Spider-Man games on Xbox One.
I could also play that Spider-Man 2 on computer right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
fair. You can play every game on computer.
I have a GameCube emulator.
Okay, so those were some takeaways. Spider-Man, also huge for me. Pokémon for Switch. What else? I don't know. There's a couple of games at the... Oh, Assassin's Creed Origins. Actually, I want to have a quick tangent. One of the things that I was hoping for this E3 was games that are announced. You know, like when games are announced, it's always like for PS4 and Xbox One, or like whatever the thing is. I was hoping to have like PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. That didn't happen a whole lot. It happened, but it's not like I can't play... exciting games. Like, okay, I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Origins, but like games like that are not going to be on the Switch.
Nope.
You know, like I can't play Assassin's Creed Origins on the Switch. Like,
was Black Flag the one that was on Wii U? I know there was
3.
an Assassin's Creed.
No, I think it was Assassin's Creed. Oh, jeez, hang on. Hang on, I think it was 3. Oh no, and Black Flag. They were both for, yeah. They were both for the Switch. Anyways, I was just disappointed that like, not even like Assassin's Creed Origins in particular, just like AAA games aren't on the Switch, which is it's Nintendo dropping the ball. I feel, you know. I don't know. Okay, but
it's Nintendo. I'm becoming a cynical Nintendo fan now.
Yeah, same. Like I mean, I just you know, and some of the things that Kimishima is doing with the company is really exciting. Like, I like how their press conference was delivered in a way that was way more press conference-y. I liked a couple of things, but I just I don't know. I like them focusing less on the gimmicks and more on the games. Like, things like that. I don't know. It's just... I like how they're becoming more of a generic video game first-party company in a lot of senses. Because it means that we're getting... I don't know, it just means that like, we have more games coming to the Switch and stuff, you know? But... I don't know. I'm kind of...
It'll get better, I think.
I can't help it. I can't help being a cynical Nintendo fan because Nintendo's doing it themselves. They're doing this to me. They're making me this person. Those are my takeaways.
Video games were a mistake.
Video interactive medium should never happen.
It was a mistake.
Yeah. Then Pong. Pong never should have happened. Pong.
No.
No.
The only video game that should have existed ever was E.T. on Atari.
No, that shouldn't have... iPhones shouldn't have existed.
No,
They
iPhones
shouldn't.
are a mistake too.
No, yeah.
Steve Jobs was a mistake.
Electricity.
Electricity was a mistake.
Benny Franklin, dude. What do you... Ben, come on, dude.
Ben Franklin, why did you do this?
Come on, Ben. Come on, dude. My bruh.
If he never did anything with that, we'd have electricity, and it wouldn't be like now.
What?
We wouldn't be alive, probably.
Oh,
if it
yeah.
weren't for electricity.
No, yeah, same.
Electricity was a mistake.
Getting deep. Anything else? Any closing thoughts? I think we pretty much covered all the closing thoughts, but is there anything else you want to talk about? Throw out
You
there.
know, again, E3 in general. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
You can do better than that.
Respect that. It's just, you know, I understand E3 is changing and they're doing the best they can. I understand why they're becoming more of a con. It's the only real option for E3 to keep existing, I think. It was their only course of action. And so I understand why they did it. It's just E3 is becoming disappointing now, so yeah. It's still big enough to have podcasts about it, but it's not what it used to be.
Right.
So
Anything else you want to say?
where can we find you? Listener.
Listener, where can we find you? I'm looking for you.
Where can we find you? Hello.
You can find me.
Do you listen to the Chatter Café podcast?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. Then I want to know where to find you. Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter.com.
In Silmar.
No, no, you can't find me there. Twitter.com/support.
YouTube and Tumblr.
YouTube and Tumblr. I'm a Tumblr staff. And YouTube, I am. What's? Hold on. Let me get this right.
It's / Moebius. Nope.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
And this is.
It's /
my...
Moebius.
Moebius.
Did you
Does that
change
work?
it? We talked about this last time.
And like
I feel
before
like
we started this,
we've talked about this like maybe 5
single
times on the podcast, and I feel like every time you're surprised. Every time you're surprised, like you have an actual URL.
it works.
It is Moebius.
Huh.
It's Moebius, yeah.
Well, that's where you could find my YouTube videos.
Although your name is still your new name, but the link, the URL is still Moebius. I do need to change the URL to your Tumblr because it's still ixnay on the Inke,
My Tumblr is calistheniaforeconomy.tumblr.com.
and that is going to be an accurate link to it down in the show notes, as well as his actual or her, my mistake.
Twitter.
Respect. Twitter and all of that bullshit.
What about you?
You can find me at YouTube at Hunter Gooden. You can find me at Tumblr at Persomedy. That's PERSOMATEY. You can follow me on Instagram at Persomedy. And pretty much everywhere on the internet at Persomedy, actually. You can follow the show on Twitter at Battle Arcade.
That's kind of you too. That's following Hunter too.
Kind of, yeah. I kind of took a hiatus just because of Breath of the Wild, and I just really haven't been on a whole lot since because I don't know really why. I just don't open it as often.
God, I wish that were me.
You can follow it on YouTube at the Battle Arcade Show and Facebook at Battle Arcade, I guess. And
How long is the show?
we're an hour 30.
Oh,
Probably a little less than that because I was recording for a little while, and you know. Thanks for.
sounds good. Thanks for not dying on me again. We tried it yesterday.
Actually, you know what? And we don't do this a whole lot because there aren't a whole lot of people who listen to the Chatter Café. But like, I personally want to know what are your guys' takeaways. If anybody listens to the Chatter Café, let me know. Comment. Tweet at me.
Tweet at me.
Tweet at Battle Arcade. Just do it.
Follow me.
Well, I mean, that's socials links below.
I'll yell about Monster Girls.
Follow. You post a lot of that now.
Yeah, I just love getting my daughters drawn.
Like I always just when I do go on Twitter, I go on it for like 5 minutes and then I see like your bullshit and I'm like, God damn it, and then I close the app. But yeah, I mean, I want to know, what did you guys think? Who won E3 in your eyes? I mean, how was Nintendo's press con? I know we were like pretty negative, and I'm sorry about that. Just just share the love. Just talk.
I'm not sorry.
If you ever want to talk, like, I mean, I'm free to have like, I'm always excited to have conversations.
Especially with the fan, I'm always on my computer, basically.
Like,
if I don't answer, I'm either asleep or at work.
I'm always willing to have a conversation. Hit me up. At Twitter at Battle Arcade. Just, or Instagram, I guess. Just hit me up. HMU.
And with that,